Surprise, you're getting this episode late. Hello there! It is that time for the Month of Villains, Episode 1. Today we're going to be covering the first 7 days of this glorious, glorious month, up until we get it to the 31st, where that'll be just an extra long episode. So yeah, that's it. Here's the format we'll be working with, and let's get started. Now, first off is Flowey from Undertale. Right from the very start of the game, you get introduced to this little flower, very unassuming, and very, very early on you realize this guy is bad news, because this guy literally just goes like this, hey, look at these bullets, run into them! Yeah, that's very unsettling for the little flower, and it was really funny when I first, encountered this in-game. And actually, depending on how your run goes within Undertale, Flowey actually becomes the final boss and turns into this thing. Yeah. Holy shit. And I was deciding between what face to give him, the normal or the evil face. I decided with the evil face, and it wound up working tremendously well because I loved what I made for his face. And I made his background and the general line work to look exactly like in-game, but, 2D. So here's Flowey. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did, because he was a lot of fun. For day 2, I was debating on what villain from Adventure Time to use. But honestly, I just said screw it. I'm not going any main villains. I'm just gonna go with my personal favorite. And that is Lemongrab. And for obvious reasons. First of all, he is voiced by one of my favorite voice actors of all time, Justin Roiland, who always nails it with his performance as Lemongrab.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
And his psychotic energy and various quotable moments just nails it. Like there's no other villain who I wish to put into this spot. Lemongrab is just that iconic, and I love the little expression I gave for him. And I was very uncertain on who he was gonna be scared of, but I found a way eventually. For day 3, I was thinking, what character would scare the borderline insane, cannibalistic maniac that is Lemongrab? Well, I decided one that could absolutely work. How about one that can threaten to sew his eyes with buttons? Yeah, that is just borderline terrifying for anyone, no matter who you are. So, yeah, Other Mother from Coraline is absolutely one of my favorite villains of any, movie ever. I love, how she's set up. I love the creepy aesthetic. Her transformation scene is freaking amazingly animated, and the final battle between her and Coraline was just amazing. Just everything about Other Mother is just great. Although I may confess that, yeah, I was having some real trouble, because I jumped straight from, a relatively normal body type to bony as can be. And I'm already prepping myself for when I eventually draw my girl Yzma, but yeah, she was really tough, and also trying to pose the whole threatening to, sew eyes with buttons thing. Let's try to pull that off. Whatever. I managed to make it work. Other Mother. Here's one villain from my childhood. The Disney Channel was no stranger to some really good villains. And one that still sticks out to me the most is my girl Shigo from Kim Possible. And yeah, I love her design, I love the colors, but at the same time it made me hate the colors because I had to incorporate it onto my design. Considering she has very jet black hair and I had to work with colored outlines rather than, the solid black lines I'm used to, she was an absolute challenge, but you know what? It was worth it. and my reason for her being on the list, I don't know, it's something about her from my childhood just works. Maybe it was because I had a crush on her when I was a kid, and let's be real, she's still pretty wonderful now, but regardless, Shigo is awesome, and I was so happy to draw her, and here she is. Now, from one character being more of a coloring issue, this one was just an entire mess of a challenge. So, just in time for the Mario movie teaser, I wanted to draw Bowser, because I know the next one I'm going to be making is going to be really simple, so why not just go with something really hard? So, here he is. As you can see at the very start, it took me so long just to do his mouth. Bowser's mouth was that. It's like, it was insane. Like, wow. Bowser has some very intricate details, and his mouth was something I had to, like, go over and over and over and over again to actually get right, and I'm so mad, but it's finally done. So yeah, here's the simple character. There's not much to explain here. It's F from Alphabet Lore. If you don't know what Alphabet Lore is, I'll just link it into the description because honestly, it's just worth it just to watch it for yourself. All I want to tell you is F is the villain. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And I just love his design. I love the way he like runs. It's really funny. So here's F. So many people in my family would put me at the stake for saying this, but up until late September, I never watched Hocus Pocus. You know, a f***ing classic that like a lot of my family loves. I never watched in full up until like a week ago. It's so bizarre, and yeah, it was really good. Like, it was really good, and rather than choosing, like, the main Sanderson sister, I'm gonna go with Sarah, because she's my favorite. That's really it. Like, maybe it's because I find the other two kind of annoying, but it's, the general attitude she brings on, and yeah, she seems like a huge bright spot amongst the group. And, yeah, that's basically it. Sarah's awesome, and, I was happy to draw her just in time for October. So there you go. And there you have it. The first 7 characters for the month of villains 2022. And I had a lot of fun. There were some definite challenges along the way, but I had my fun. So thank you for this experience. Flowey, Lemongrab, Other Mother, Shigo, Bowser, F, and Sarah. You were all fun. Except for you, Bowser. F you. But whatever. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.